Hello friends, in this video tutorial let us understand what are cursors in TSQL and how to use cursors within store procedures in TSQL. So for this let us go to SSMS. Now first of all let us understand what are cursors. So cursors are special type of variables which can hold multiple records in memory at runtime, and we can access one row at a time from the cursor variable during the execution of the cursor. Now let us understand the life cycle of the cursor. So first of all we need to declare a variable of type cursor with the help of a select statement. Then we need to open the cursor, then we can fetch records one at a time from the cursor. Then we need to close the cursor, and then last step is we need to deallocate the cursor. So these are the 5 steps that we generally follow during the life cycle of a cursor. Now let us understand what are the different types of cursors. So cursors can either be static or dynamic. A static cursor is a cursor which does not see the runtime updations of data, and dynamic cursors are the cursors that see the updations of data happening at runtime, for the records that it has retrieved. Now the cursors can be of type local or global. Local cursors can be accessed only within the specific batch in which they are created, and global cursors can be accessed within the session in which they are created. And the next type is scroll or forward only. The scrollable cursors are cursors in which you can fetch records in any direction, whereas in forward only cursors you can fetch records only in the forward direction. And the last type is keyset cursors. Keyset cursors are cursors in which you can have faster retrieval of data, that is faster fetch operations with the help of indexes. Now having discussed the types of cursors, let us see the practical example of it. So in this case we will declare a cursor variable, that is the name is CRS, of type cursor, which is scrollable, static and global in nature, for select star from sys.table. So let us see what is the data inside our sys.tables, that is in db_test. There are this many tables and all these tables are listed over here. So there are 9 tables. First table is students, followed by table 1 and table 2, and the second last table is product, and last table is tbl_products. So now for this data set let us create a cursor. So let us execute this. So now CRS cursor has been created. Let us open the CRS cursor. Let us select @fetch status. Now @fetch status is a system defined variable, and what does it store? It stores 0 if there are more rows inside the cursor variable which can be fetched, and it stores 1 if there are no more rows inside the cursor variable which can be fetched. Now similarly let us select @cursor_rows. So it shows us that there are 9 tables, and so it shows that there are 9 records which can be fetched from this cursor that we have just defined. Now let us fetch different records from this cursor. As this particular cursor is a scrollable cursor, we will be able to fetch records in any particular direction. So let us first of all fetch the first record. So let us say fetch first from CRS. So it has fetched the first record, which is students. Then fetch last from CRS, which was tbl_products, right? So tbl_products related record has been fetched. Fetch prior, so that was products table. So now data related to product table has been fetched. Fetch next from CRS, which again means the last record, which means tbl_products, right? Also fetch absolute fifth from the CRS. This can also be done, along with prior and next kind of operations. We can also go and fetch a record at absolute position if it is scrollable cursor. So let us fetch the 5th record, which is nothing but this reservation table. Then fetch first from CRS, which is our students record, right? So let us fetch the first again from CRS, and it again shows us the students related record. So now let us close this. We can directly deallocate the cursor also, as closing is an optional step, but let us follow all the 5 steps within the life cycle of the cursor, and let us close this cursor, and then let us deallocate this cursor. Okay, so now we have seen one example of cursors which is of type scroll. Okay, that is scrollable cursor. Now let us see one more example of a cursor which is forward only. So this particular cursor we will declare as CRS2 type cursor, forward only, dynamic, global for select star from sys.tables. So now the cursor is ready, has been declared. Let us open the cursor, let us fetch next. So now again, as the data set is same, the first record will be students record followed by table 1. So let us fetch the first record which is students table, followed by the next record which is for table 1. Okay, now let us deallocate this particular cursor. So the cursor is deallocated, and now let us see one example for a stored procedure which uses the cursors. Okay, so let us create the stored procedure. Okay, so let us execute this. So now the stored procedure has been, okay, it already exists. So let me just go to stored procedures, refresh, and let me just remove the stored procedure. Okay, so this is the one, so delete. Okay, so now let me again just go and create the stored procedure. Okay, so execute. So the stored procedure has been created. Let us see, this is the stored procedure. Now let us understand what this stored procedure is doing. Okay, so it's create procedure name as begin followed by an and at the end. Okay, and then we'll begin try, we'll end try, we'll begin catch, we will end catch. Okay, now within begin try and end try, what we want to achieve is we want to display the names of these tables, 9 tables, and we want to display the number of records within each of these 9 tables. That is, we want to display select count star from each of these 9 tables. So we declare a variable of type table name and a query. Okay, this is going to be a dynamically executed query, so it will be of data type and varchar. Okay, so now once we have declared both variables, let us declare a variable of type cursor, dynamic global forward only for select name from sys.tables. So this particular cursor will have the names of all the tables which belong to this particular database, current database. Okay, that is, it will have names of these 9 tables. Okay, now we'll open the cursor variable, we'll fetch one table name at a time. Okay, and we'll continue till the fetch status is 0, that is till the time we are able to fetch next record from this cursor variable. Then inside this while loop, okay, what we will do, we will begin and end, we will form a query which retrieves the table name, okay, and the number of rows record count for this particular table. Okay, and then we will dynamically execute this particular query. Okay, and then we will fetch the next table name into our @table name variable, which will be again used in the next iteration. And then we will at the end deallocate. After this work is done in the while loop, we will deallocate the cursor, and then we will write the error handling code in the catch part. So if there is at all an error, then we will print that there is an error during the cursor iterations, and we will throw back the error so that the exit error message gets printed on the message window. Okay, so now once this particular stored procedure has been created, now let us just execute this stored procedure. So now note that this particular stored procedure makes use of the concept of cursors, right? It is actually declaring a cursor, opening a cursor, fetching a cursor in a loop, then deallocating the cursor. Okay, so all these steps related to cursors have been followed as part of this particular stored procedure. So now let us execute this stored procedure, and as we can see, there will be 9. It has executed 9 times, and each time it has printed the name of the table and the number of records inside the table. Okay, so I hope friends this video tutorial on cursors and how to use cursors within stored procedures is useful to you. Thank you.